Despite its appearances, this is not Aperture Laboratories, and GLaDOS is not out to get you. And despite its title, this is not the iPad game Derek reviewed. The cake may or may not be a lie. In fact, confections are not even mentioned. And there are no orange gelatinous box-shaped things in this new physics-based puzzle game developed by Toxic Games. Quick understanding of block extrusion, or Cube for PC. Beyond its sterile environment setting, first-person perspective, and the fact you're solving puzzles, you might think this seems like a Portal ripoff. But actually, the puzzles involved in Cube are quite a bit different. You play an unnamed, unknown silent protagonist moving from room to room, comprised entirely of cubes, with some that are colored. Red will extrude and intrude. Blue acts as a trampoline kind of block. Yellow will always be in sets of threes. Purple will move whole sections of a room. And green will be used as either a block or a ball to make it through certain areas. That's the basics of the game, and you're actually given zero instruction while playing. You just kind of have to figure out what you're supposed to do. Throughout the game, puzzles will grow in difficulty and also build on what you've learned so far, which is to be expected. But the way you overcome puzzles changes as you go. The objective is always to get to the next area, and starts off just as reach a platform or something, but switches to different objectives like opening a door or sending certain colored lights through matching cubes. Or just busting a hole through the wall when need be. This is one of the things I like about Cube. It does a fairly decent job of not being too repetitive by not recycling solutions very often. Cube will throw other twists at you, like shutting off all the lights and adding magnetism into the mix. There is little to no pressure in solving the puzzles. You can take your time and plan out your strategy, or use as much trial and error as you like. The puzzles in this game seem to be of the persuasion of getting stumped, frustrated, giving up, then coming back after 5 minutes and solving it instantly. Spatial relations definitely play a big part of Cube, so if that's not exactly your cup of tea when it comes to puzzle solving, you may be more frustrated than not. The developers really wanted to focus on puzzles, so there's little to no story involved. The setting is pretty much constant and lacks variance throughout most of the game. Not much of a soundtrack or really one to write home about, other than just to kind of set the mood. You may come to expect all these things in any game you drop more than 50 or 60 bucks on, but for a $15 indie title, you sort of have to expect the right things. If you were expecting a huge payoff at the end, or enthralling backstories, or huge orchestral numbers, you might be disappointed. I'm not saying an indie game couldn't have that, but like I said, the focus is on puzzles. So you will get some really good puzzles that keep fresh through the game, and that's what the indie developers wanted to give you. Speaking of indie, Cube is the first released game to be funded by the Indie Fund, an organization created by several independent game developers to help fund budding indie video game development, which is a pretty cool concept. Yes, there's a lot of shovelware out there, but I think that we saw last year that some really great games can come from indie developers. There is a demo available. It doesn't offer much, but you can get a feel for the gameplay before you commit to a full buy. Cube, at least for now, lacks any real replay value. We'll see if there will be any DLC packs or sequels or anything like that. I did enjoy playing it, but my guess is it's probably not the next Portal.